Hello everybody, I'm on Commissar, and did nothing different, and all of a sudden the lighting worked. Check it out. See? Logging the same client, I haven't changed a thing. And I used Ultravision. That was something I forgot to use in my last episode. I was going to go to Kara Isle and Stonebrook Mountains. I was just a little concerned though. Being a shaman and a barbarian, I thought, what if they don't like me over in Otis and Earden? They attacked me. I just didn't want to deal with getting attacked and, roughed up. So let's make a quick trip over through Blackborough, reaching Everfrost Peaks. And if no one's in that zone, I can fight some mammoths. If not, we can make our way over to the Commons or the Karanas. That should be fine. I'm resisting the urge to go to Mistmore again. I'm going to leave this guy alone. And so we could start working on the jaundiced armor. Had not even started that, but I'm reaching the level where it's possible. Level 29. And so I'm getting close. Got mug root beer. And I was just listening to a new video. The Warhammer 40,000 Horus versus the Emperor Part 9. So this one introduces, or it brings into the fray, Old Person. That's his name, Old Person, and John Grammaticus, which I named one of my characters after John Grammaticus. I actually just named him Grammaticus. So in the game of Warhammer, or the world of Warhammer, John Grammaticus is a psyker human, and he plays a pretty big role. No one too special, he's just one of those human characters that have uniqueness to them. All right, let's take a sip. There's a player. The game is alive and active. What are we? In the middle of 2025 now? This game came out in 1999. Sony Online Entertainment. So this isn't the only game I played by Sony Online Entertainment. They used to have a game called Infantry. And I played Infantry a lot more than I played Everquest. It was like an isometric view or top-down shooter game. And it was a base building game. You could play... Go this way. You could play aliens or these... like marine characters. Different classes. They had heavy infantry, regular infantry, light infantry, psyops characters. It was just a great game. You built bases, and so you were building a base to defend it, or you were playing a character and trying to steal the flag. So it was like a capture the flag game mode. Really good. Kind of wish that game was still going around. Alright. You can hear the environmental sounds. I have it back on. Sound working, lighting issues solved. And guess what? I did nothing special. They just decided to work. So some of the modules I'm working on are lifestyle medicine curriculum. Lifestyle medicine deals mostly with prevention, and it differentiates itself from when you go see a doctor, your primary care doctor. It focuses mainly on medications for symptoms, and that's more termed conventional medicine. So lifestyle medicine, using lifestyle to prevent development of disease instead of trying to fix disease when it appears. Little guy. Alright, so there is players here. There's a level 30 druid. Of course there's a druid out here. Why is there never not a druid here? But we've got things to fight. Okay. How should I do this? I don't have enough mana. I don't have my buffs. But I'm going to go for it. Let's give ourselves cannibalize real quick. Regeneration. Target myself. Cannibalize. Come on, get him. He's getting away. There's my root spell. Got him. Let's throw up Venom Breath. Let's put up Targar's Insects once more. There we go. Let's give ourselves Quickness. Cannibalize. Cannibalize. Quickness. And then I'm going to do Targar's Insects on him. Oops, I messed up. Targar's Insects, here we go. I didn't get it off in time. Oh, yes I did. Alright. Now, can I still slam? Let's see if I got the slam ability. I do. Alright, so let's check out the damage. 41 damage, 28, 20. It's really quick. And I'm doing great. Look how quick. Part of that is because I have quickness. Yes. He's really going to attack me. Hey, that was pretty good. I feel like this weapon does make a huge difference. So what I can do is just run over to the guy and sell the poison vendor guy. Time to rest and pull out my phone. Gotta get our mana back. Speed things up by using Cannibalize. Hey, oh, mammoth. Let's hurry up and get ready. I've already got regeneration and I've already got quickness on. So what I'll do, let's just go ahead and root them. Affliction. Root. Well, he resisted it. Let's just fight him. I think last time I came here I was a lower level. I was maybe level 28 or 27. I was doing okay, but I was struggling a lot more than I am now. Okay, let's throw up root again. He resisted twice. Root. So that's the third time I've done root. 2 resists and 1 just immediately wears out. Kind of a frustrating thing. We've got them dotted. We've got them poisoned and afflicted. You still got the dots on. All right, I think I've had enough of the sound. There we go. So I'm working on this module. It says you match these culinary medicine prescriptions. So you're actually prescribing food. Culinary medicine prescription match with eating patterns or foods. Okay. So for the condition of rheumatoid arthritis, your food prescription is going to be anti-inflammatory eating patterns. Okay. I don't know what that consists of yet. Someone's got high cholesterol, you're going to prescribe the portfolio diet. Someone's got heart disease, I'm going to prescribe Mediterranean diet. Someone's got metabolic syndrome, tree nuts. Hypertension, soybeans. So let's go delving into that a little bit more. Let's talk about the goals for hypertension. Mediterranean diet plus DASH diet. Avoid caffeine, okay? Cook with sesame oil. Add cocoa for flavor. Drinking mineral water. Soy nuts. Season dishes with garlic. So that's the recommendations I'm going to tell someone who's got hypertension. Avoid salt, use garlic. Soy nuts for some reason, and adding cocoa for flavor. So I don't know if any of you guys cook with sesame oil, but that's a recommendation. Let's go for someone who's overweight and obese. Okay. Recommended goals, we're going to get their BMI below 25. So I'm going to tell them as a food prescription to increase dietary fiber. That's going to look like flaxseed meal, steel cut oats, quinoa, sprouted grain bread, in replacement of whole grain bread. So whole grain bread is something you think of as better than white bread, but we're going to say sprouted grain bread. How do you get that? I don't know. Berries and apples. Okay. Someone who's diabetic with a elevated hemoglobin A1C, so that means their blood sugar is not well controlled. Glucose intolerance / diabetes. So again, we're going to recommend Mediterranean diet. This is going to be prescription. Eating structure and timing. Eat at consistent intervals throughout the day. So avoid grazing, but particularly. So what I think the goal is they're trying not to have those spikes in insulin. You want to have a steady, structured eating intervals. And then they go and talk about hyperlipidemia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make these smart phrases and start using them for my clinic notes. So when people have hypertension, I'm going to give them this info. Mediterranean diet, DASH diet, all this stuff. Because I want to start incorporating food prescriptions into my clinic visits. So we're going to come back to this. In addition to food prescription, healthcare clinicians should counsel patients on shopping, preparing, and cooking techniques. So these are things I have to learn before I give anybody any kind of prescription for it. You can actually prescribe exercise too. I think there's a certain crowd of people that really want to hear this stuff. They don't want to just say, here, take this medicine. And there's a lot of people who say they're very adverse to medications, they don't like them, and they want to avoid them at all cost. And they kind of look at you. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I just stopped in the middle. So someone knocked on my door thinking that there was some package delivered here. No one knocked on my door. And there was nothing out there. And you guys might know from me talking on other videos, I get stuff delivered to my place all the time by mistakes. All right, we've got this woolly mammoth pissed off. I'm going to try to throw up the dot. Let's run some further distance and throw out the root. Dude, he's quick. Gotcha. Now if I throw a quickness on myself. Self regeneration. Cannibalize. ×3. And let's stop Targar's insects. There goes Envenom Breath. Let's just go melee him. Oh, there's another mammoth coming. He's coming real close. Uh-oh. Can you believe that? Just happened to be roaming right on top of me. Oh. At least I've got haste ready. Gotcha. Yeah, this weapon's great. All right, Envenom Breath. Can't remember which one I threw up on him. Targar's insects. Don't have the mana for it. Oh well. Just beat him down. Did I do target's insects already? Let's see what's going on in the world of news. I used to go to CNN a lot, but they've got everything just kind of, what do you call them? What do they call it? Pay gates, paywalls. Everything's paywalled now. It's like, jeez, everything is paywalled now. Ridiculous. So I'd stop reading them. I'm reading Yahoo News. It's my go-to source of news is Yahoo. So let's check out Yahoo News. I'm really dating myself, but I find Yahoo News to be actually pretty good quality. Stocks did okay today, only because the Nasdaq did well. I think the S&P and Dow Jones dipped. Probably rumors of tariffs and stuff, but overall my portfolio did a small net positive. So I'm not complaining one bit. Let's take a look here. Talking about stuff and sports. Let's see here. A lot of stuff about those floods that happened. It's not a great topic to talk about. I just try to keep up to date with current events. I think it's very important to keep up to date with current events, and it's also a good idea to keep very open mind. Read different sources of news, get all kinds of perspectives. Don't be rigid in your thinking. All right, so nothing really new is going on. Same old stuff. That looks like a calf to me. So let's just make our way towards the other place. You know what I'm talking about. We're going to make our way to the seller. The guy who sells things. And he must be fighting the barbarian guards. I'm not sure. So we can also check out the vendors for spells. I think I've got all of the spells that I need for the moment. But there's level 34 spells on the horizon. And someone said, and I think I agree too, is when you hit level 34, that's when your shaman really starts becoming shammy. Sham wow. Your soloing abilities improves greatly. But even at level 29, when you start getting regeneration, cannibalize stuff. I forget what spell I got at 39, but you get better root, I think. And that's important too. Maybe instills the next root spell. Of course, you're getting your periodic improved dots and nukes. All important things. So you got a good variety of buffs, dots, nukes, and just a little bit of utility type spells. Ultravision, Spirit of Wolf, Regeneration. You do get Gate. So there's that. Alright, where is the seller? I think he's over there. Why am I going this way? So, if I recall correctly, you used to be able to run over the water and gain swimming skill. I don't know if that still works. There it is. So I'm going to sell the mammoth tusks. Get some money. my contents of my bags. Gotta separate these bags out. There we go. Now what shall I sell? Mammoths sell for good prices. 10 platinum. Limestone rings. We don't need those. Why did I sell it? Anyways, don't matter. Scourge. That's a level 34 shaman spell. So I think I came out here and bought Scourge so I didn't have to return to this. Yeah, there's Scourge. I bought it so I didn't have to return to this location. It's so far out of the way. Alright, there's nothing else to buy. Looking for mammoths. Where could they be? So there's one point where this is where I was leveling. I was way back in the days, I played a wizard. I was a erudite wizard, and I was leveling out here, I remember. And I was struggling so much. And this was the last zone I tried to level in. And I ended up dying. I was like level 20 on a wizard, somewhere around there. Can't remember exactly what I was fighting, but I was out here fighting things. And I remember getting so frustrated with wizard, I gave up and quit. Like I died out here and I decided I didn't even want to do a corpse run. I'm just abandoning the wizard. And it was so many years later that I retried wizard on p1999. Alright, we only have calves. And so this was a location that I remember leveling in. They've got a small ruin area, and I was pulling them right back here. Yeah, I was pulling them right back here. And I would fight them right over here. So I would look for things and pull them back, fight there. As a wizard. I didn't have Spirit of Wolf. And I think so many things resisted me. I ended up getting destroyed, and I got frustrated and said, the hell with this. The very first time I quit Everquest, I did it out of protest. I was playing a character, and someone made a complaint about my character's name. I was a halfling druid, and I was about level 16 or so, and I was in Misty Thicket. My character's name was Oompa Loompa, okay? And someone complained. I wasn't on a role-playing server. I was just on a regular server. I didn't role-play. I didn't PvP back then. And one of the game people showed up. And they said my name was inappropriate. And I got really upset. I was like, what? You know? And they said it was because it took away from the elements of... It took away from like the game elements or something. It was basically taking someone out of their escapism by me naming my character Oompa Loompa. And so they said they were going to force change my name. And I was a paying member of the game, you know. Of course, you had to subscribe back then. So I was paying money. And so it's not easy to have a subscription when you're young and you don't have a job. So he said they were going to change my name. Why did I want my name? And I said, I don't want my name changed at all. And he says, well, then they're just going to pick a random name for me. And I says, if you do that, I'm just going to quit the game. And they changed my name, and I just deleted my account right then. I was like, screw you guys. I'm playing different games. And so they lost a player because someone else felt like my name was taking away from their gaming experience. I'm like, man, be a big Karen. What the hell with you? And I was a player who... my behavior was good. You know, I didn't grief others or anything like that. I'm just minding my own business, and someone shows up and forces a name change on me. Like, mind your own business. That's my thought on the issue. So I've run around and I've run around and I can't find any woolly mammoths. And that's the issue I have with this zone. Unless you're playing a ranger and you can track, you're not going to find enough to fight here. I mean, there's 100 million woolly mammoth calves, but who wants to fight them? And then all these things will attack you. See what I'm saying? Let's get out of here. I remember I came here and I told myself, oh crap, I'm losing Spirit of Wolf. I remember telling myself I'm not coming back to the zone. And this is why. Alright, let's throw up a gate and get the heck out. There we go. I got an itchy throat right now. Allergies bothering me. Dang. All right, to the West Commons. While I'm doing that, I'm looking at the news. California governor makes controversial decisions. Celebrity stuff. Denise Richards' husband files for divorce 4 months after she said they never would. Okay. Let's take a look at who's here. Plantasia, Druzy, Darnita, Eastless, Scent, Bowbelly, Burmese Python, Chokeberry. Is that Chokeberry? Choke Cherry. All right, so I'm not too overweight. Look at that. You can just buy a Ring of the Stone Chanters right off the vendor. And it's not a bad price, 95 platinum. So where do we go at this level? I feel like my Gen is too weak. The Soul A, Soul B area, I don't know if it's a good area to go to. It's good for loot. So these guys regard me indifferently. The twins. Lemon Drizzle. I like to look at the vendors. Oh, flayed skin boots. Goblin Slaver Whip. So this can be used by monks. 5 damage, 23 delay, plus 10 hit points. It's not worth it because it's got too much weight to it. It's 3.2 in weight for a monk. We got Painil Plate Girdle. Okay, it's named after the city. Do I need more muffins? Yeah, let's buy a stack of muffins. A stack of 20. Oh, I had plenty of muffins. Oops. Alright, I have nothing. I have no other needs here. I am looking for upgraded items. So what do I need upgrades for? Large cloth shawl. Can I replace that? This could be used by shamans. It's only got 3 AC though. Oh, I need to replace that. Reinforced boots. So I need to replace my boots and the shoulder piece. Let's keep an eye out because this is the best area to find random junk on a vendor. The Commons is the best area. Plague Spreader. Looks like a Shadow Knight to me. He is a Shadow Knight. You can just tell with the shield, the race, the armor. The fact that he's fighting humanoids. Screams evil. So we can go to the Desert of Roe. From there, we can go on the boat to Timorous Deep. From there, we can get on the boat to go to the Over There. From the Over There, if things don't work out, we can go back to Warslook Woods. And I've got the better weapon. So when I gain 1 level in Warslook Woods, I can go fight the Servants of Sithrax and Field of Bone. How about we go through that? Make our way back, slowly gain 1 level, and we'll end up back in Field of Bone. Check some vendors first, because I needed some upgraded items. Once I leave this area, I'm not going to be able to shop very well. And Kunark. Glowin of the Kingdom Group. So we have Deepwater Gauntlets. That's Paladin. Nice. Right, we got some Necro stuff, Flayed Skin. Also for Shadow Knight. Looking for boots or a shoulder piece. More Flayed Skin. You can get a whole set of Flayed Skin just off these vendors. Springwood Club, very expensive. Alright guys, I'm not finding boots or not finding shoulder pieces here. Don't give up, keep looking. There's your Flayed Skin helmet. Staff of Writhing. Alright, we'll keep looking. So, the East Common Tunnel is just right around the corner. You always find good stuff around here. Occasionally get lucky and see like an Overseer Signet ring, which I found on one of my characters for just like 2 gold on a vendor. It's like hitting the jackpot. A little Bixie. Sorry to bother you, but do you know if I can buy backpacks out here somewhere? I don't know if there's a particular backpack vendor. I'm trying to think. Looking on the vendors, Gauntlets of the Black. Yeah, I'm not an expert in this area. So, wow. Oh, you can't use it as Shaman. Oh man, 15 strength, 15 AC, 4 strength, 3 wisdom. That would be perfect. Used by a Shadow Knight, Bard, Cleric, Paladin. That's a great Paladin item there. How about the Dark Mail Gauntlets? Wow. Also, Shamans can't use them. They can't use them because they're plate. Darn. How about this? So I'm looking for upgraded pieces. Rygor Oracle Shield. That's just too pricey. I think the Druids got that. My lower level Druids got that item. Man, they got some good stuff. Nothing. Helm of Brute Strength for 105 platinum. Warrior. Oh, man. It only gives 1 AC, but it gives you +8 strength. Wonder where you get that from. Platinum Jacinth. That's ripoff. Trakenar Hide Tunic. That's actually pretty good. Warrior, Shadow Knight, Shaman, Barbarian, Troll, and Ogre. It's actually not bad, it's just a little pricey. And then you get a reinforced, you get rune branded stone buckler. So that gives you +5 strength, 15 AC, +10 magic, +10 disease, and poison. For Shaman, Rogue, and a Barbarian, that wouldn't be bad. Just it's a little out of my pricing range. I can't afford it. So they got some cool stuff here. Wait. What was those gloves? Small tattered gloves. Oh, I thought it was some kind of name stuff. Oh well. Why can't I move? Oh. Well, there was a lot of cool things here, but nothing I could use. So I need to find some armor. Jaundiced bone armor. Tullin's Darkwood breastplate. That's a bard thing. That's a ranger, I mean. Ranger. And it's got the effect of Ring of Fate arc. Wow. Imagine that. You can just port to... Found it. Merrick Clayford and the Potter has a bunch of them. Clayfinger the Potter. Guys, I just kind of mucking around here. I don't like have a major plan. I've got to finish up my modules, and I just wanted to log in. I did some fighting. I would have gained more experience had I been able to find more woolly mammoths. They're just hard to find. Some guy selling an executioner's hood, crushed jaundice gem, crushed coral, lava ruby, loot of the howler for 12k. That's the one I have. Cloak of the Flames. Whoa. Close that. Yeah, that thing's awesome. Last check for any kind of upgrades before I head out and start fighting again. And nothing. I had this on my Shadow Knight. What else we have? Well, guys, sorry, I was just doing a lot of vendor shopping. So this is a Shadow Knight only item. Kind of cool. All right, well, that's going to end this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't buy anything from this guy. He'll rip you off. In other words, don't sell them either. Have a great week, guys.